Let me ask you that.
Let me give you a definition. Someone with the innocence of self of a woman. That's a circular definition. I don't love it. Let me get a proper definition. But yeah, so why are you calling your daughter why are you using she/her pronouns for your daughter if you're against teaching gender?
Because my daughter was born a female. It's, you know.
This is a perfect. This is a personal question. You don't have to answer it. Thank you for the paper crane. Are you in a relationship with someone right now?
Yes.
And does your daughter see you in that relationship, showing affection?
No.
So you don't ever express that you love your partner. You don't ever.
I mean, she knows that I love her father, but like any intimacy or anything of that nature that is like kept in the room.
No kissing.
I like a tad kiss. Anything that is intimate or like an intimate kiss, I will do that away from her. I mean, my teenagers, they're already 18, so it's like it's different. You know, they just like.
I wasn't specifically talking about intimate kisses. I was just talking about kisses in general. You don't.
Oh, yeah, she has seen it before.
But that is teaching about heterosexual relationships. You are teaching your daughter about heterosexuality and about gender identity.
Oh, well, I'm not technically teaching her.
You are, by showing her.
She just sees that I love her father. I mean, but once more, you didn't answer my question, which is, what is a woman?
Sure, we can. I have that right here. It is an adult who lives and identifies as a female, though they may have been said to have a different sex at birth.
Okay, so a woman is an adult human female with reproductive organs. Now, I'm going to say this very clearly. Do I believe that trans women are women or females? No. However, I believe that you guys are a gender of its own, and that's totally fine. That's like literally so fine, and I'm okay with that. And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? And I respect if trans women...
You're incorrect. We're not a gender of our own.
Well, what gender will you guys fall under?
Whatever gender we identify as.
But that's gender and sex is the same thing.
They're not. This is why we need queer education in schools, because we're not teaching about important things like the fact that sex and gender are different. We should be learning that in school, not on the internet.
I'm sorry. So you mean to tell me that anybody can just be any gender?
Nope. We are the gender that we are and no other.
So, okay, so then I'm sorry. So you will say that trans women are females?
I say that trans women are women.
In order to be a woman, you have to be born a woman.
Okay. Obviously, we both know that women are adults. I was born a girl.
You was born a girl. So why did you need the need? So why is there a need for you to transition?
If you're talking about medical transition that I've done, that's not necessary to be a woman. It's something that we do to take care of ourselves.
Aren't you trying to assimilate a woman? So that will be the steps for you to do, which would be to transition.
Again, no, you don't need to change anything about yourself to be valid in your gender identity.
So what you're telling me is a man with a full beard can say, I'm a woman?
Nope, a man with a full beard would be a man with a full beard.
Okay, so you are a girl.
I'm a woman.
You're a woman. Does your birth certificate say you're a woman?
Birth certificate's a piece of paper and man-made.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. That's just, I go by science, you know, and again, I respect everybody, but we have to be logical here. Like,
that's my goal, is to be logical.
Right, and the logic says, when you at birth, doctors will tell you whether you're born male or female.
Sure. Again, because sex and gender are different, that doesn't tell us our gender.
Okay. So, again, science, it doesn't matter what you transition to. When you medically transition into a different gender, regardless of that fact, you're still a male.
I don't deny that I am genotypically male. I don't deny that.
Okay. Oh, that's perfect.
Okay, she got it. Yeah, I'm genotypically male. I don't deny that. Never have.
Oh, then that's fine. You know, like I'm okay with that. I'm okay with anything. Again, I don't necessarily think that the ideology of you guys of being trans is wrong. I just don't think that for a trans woman
Trans is not an ideology.
oh, whatever you guys,
It's a gender.
but yeah, whatever.
Transgender talks about our relationship with sex and gender, and a woman would be my gender.
So how many genders are there?
It's an innumerable number. Like we can't quantify it. It's a number that's going to continue to grow over time.
And is there like any scientific facts stating how many genders are there?
Yeah, we just look at the definition of what gender is. Gender is something that is pretty unique to each individual. It's going to change community to community. It's going to change over time. We can look throughout human history and see loads and loads of evidence of cultures that have recognized more than just two genders.
What you're telling me is, okay, because I'm confused. So if somebody wants to identify as their gender as a dog, is that possible?
Is dog a gender?
Dog has a sex when they're born. They're born either females or males. Just like every animal in the animal kingdom.
So this is a good example of how sex and gender are different. Animals typically have sex. That is a true statement. Dogs can be males, they can be female. However, dogs and cats, etc., can't be men or women. That is exclusively human.
Okay, but you said there's many genders. I just would like to know.
Dog is not one of those human. Is not one of those genders.
Okay, so now what other possible gender besides women or female is there? I just need the clarity.
Okay, so first of all, female is not a gender. It is used to represent gender. I was talking.
Yes, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the term female is frequently used interchangeably with the word woman. So a lot of people who use the word female, they do mean woman. But when we're talking about from a scientific perspective, female talks about our reproductive functions. Woman refers to our gender.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. There's so many genders. Like, I have a question also because I have a confusion. Has a straight woman, female, the people who are non-binary, are they also trans?
Yeah, transgender just means that your sex assigned at birth and your gender identity don't align. So I would say that yes, non-binary is transgender.
But
Vanna, there are over 700 documented genders in history that we can count so far.
Okay, so if we look at every single consideration,
if you take into consideration cultural genders as well, which a lot of people often forget about, like in my culture in New Zealand, we do. In Māori culture, we also recognise whakawahine and whakatane as gender identities. And
so why can't transgender be its own gender identity?
What's that? Sorry.
Why can't transgender women be its own gender?
I mean, some people do identify as just transgender. I mean, okay. Sure, but I mean, so that's none of my business.
My belief as a heterosexual woman, I firmly believe that trans women should say, "Okay, I'm a trans woman." I'm not saying go tell the public. Are you a cis woman? Yes.
You are fantastic. It's rare to get people to acknowledge that. Fantastic.
Yes, that is rare.
Here's the thing: I have to educate myself because. I'm always going to have my views, but I don't want to sound ignorant to hurt the next person's feelings.
Okay. By the way, for everyone in the comments, I just named 3 other genders and they're saying, name 5. I just named 3. Adora named 2. There's 5. Boom.
Anyway. For example, if Adorable says, I go by she, I'm going to call you she.
Fantastic.
I'm not going to sit here and be rude and be like, no, you're he. I firmly believe, even though as a conservative Republican, I think that's just rude. However, I do firmly believe that trans women cannot identify either as female or as women. Now, I'm okay with the trans women identify as trans women. I am totally fine with that. Like, that is okay. Like, that's like beyond, like, okay, cool to you. You're still a she. Great. But
so why is it? What can I ask? Why is it that you'll respect the feminine pronouns, but you won't respect the identity itself and say, like, why do you say, yeah, I'll call you she, her, but I'm not calling you a woman?
I firmly believe that women is something sacred to females. Women are females who have reproductive organs, who are born at birth, females, and everybody knows that a female is a woman. To say that a male who medically transitions to be a transgender woman and just say, oh, well, I'm a woman, it's like, no, a woman is somebody who was born female.
Yeah, but that's not always true.
But that's what it is. That's just based on science facts.
I love how your response to Haley is just, but that's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, like,
what do you mean? What branch of science is this?
I mean, if you look it up, if you research,
I have, but I'm
women,
saying, what?
When you put the definition of women, it will say an adult human female.
Yeah, well, that's one of them.
Like,
Depends on which dictionary you're looking at. But sorry, Adora, I'm really sick at the moment, so if I'm a bit coffee, it's because I'm unwell.
That's not even the definition that you gave me. That's one of many definitions. You gave me a second one.
Well, that's because the internet wants to evolve and wants to accommodate to everyone and put all these other things. But in reality, before this whole movement happened, it was just women, adult human female.
That is revisionist history.
Yeah, I mean, my definition, I mean, even if we went down the adult human female route, I could still argue that, right? But I have other definitions as well. There's plenty of definitions.
So besides women, what other definitions do you have for women?
Yeah, an adult human that has a gender identity corresponding to the female sex.
Right, so we go back to female. Correct.
Yeah, but so that's what's wrong with that?
Right, so like you proved my point. Female, women.
What's the definition of a female?
An adult human with reproductive organs who at birth was assigned a female. A female.
No, no, that's not a definition. No, I'm asking what the definition of female is.
I just told you we are an adult human being who with reproductive organs.
Okay, adult human males also have reproductive organs, so that's not telling me what a female is.
But
if females don't have to be adult either.
Yeah,
nor human for that matter.
Exactly. I just don't.
Females were designed to give life. We have uterus. We have everything.
I'm sorry. It's just. It sounds like you really want to hold on to this idea that
honestly, that's just something that I'm always gonna go by. Everything else I'm okay with. I'm even okay with sharing the bathroom with a transgender woman. That is absolutely fine.
Yeah, so you should.
I don't really care as long as you go and pee and don't do nothing weird. I don't care. But when it comes to women and us having periods and us having ovaries and us having uterus, I just feel like that's for us. For women, for females. That's it.
For cis women. Are you talking about? And when you say women, you've got to differentiate cis women, trans women, because I mean trans women.
What you're telling me is that under the umbrella of women, there's cis women and then trans women.
Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, I don't see the problem with that.
What you're trying to tell me?
What's your issue with that? What's wrong with it?
I guess if that's how you guys want to see it, I'm okay with that. I feel like trans women should be. If I say male, it's gonna sound rude.
I mean, I was assigned male at birth.
Well, yes.
I have changed my sex characteristics. I've changed my birth certificate now says female. So, in all due respect, in every aspect of society, I am recognized as a female as well.
Are you a female though?
Pardon?
Are you a female?
Yeah, legally and socially.
Okay. That's what people and society is telling you, but I'm asking you, are you...
And the law.
Huh?
And the law. The law's telling me I'm a female now.
Okay. Well,
I will be treated as such.
So you identify as a female?
I identify as a woman.
You just say you're a female. So sex and gender. Okay, so the gender is the identification, and female to you. Since what's female to you now?
Oh my gosh, sorry. I've got a really bad chest infection at the moment.
Okay.
What was your question?
So your identity is woman.
My gender identity? Yeah.
Yes. What is your sex?
My sex? Legally, I'm female.
No. What's your sex?
I'm telling you,
No,
legal.
I'm not saying
Well,
legally. What is your
yes.
sex?
Well, my legal sex.
No,
is
I
female.
never said what's legally. What were you born at birth?
I was assigned male at birth.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, but my legal sex is female.
I don't really.
I'm not sure what my genetics. I'm not sure what my my genetic sex is because I haven't been karyotyped. But there's many aspects of sex.
Mm-hmm. They get it wrong sometimes. They assign you the wrong sex sometimes at birth.
How is that possible?
Because intersex people exist, and it's not always.
Yes, intersex people, yes, but that's in rare cases. However,
I love how you guys go right to the rare cases thing.
Well, now when it comes to at birth, the doctors will simply identify you by you having either
Yeah, and they can get it wrong.
a vagina or a penis. So if somebody's born with a vagina, what should we?
Have you heard of the Weaver-Doce people of Dominican Republic?
What about them?
Yeah, they're assigned female at birth based on genitalia, and at the age of 12, they develop a male phallus naturally. It's because this is where doctors get it wrong. It's Weaver-Doce, spelled G-U-E-V. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. What was I saying? Never mind. Sorry, I'm sure someone will
You were
remind
saying
me.
about the people in Dominican Republic. Once you're born, you're either assigned male or female.
Yes, and they can get it wrong. And I mean, if you don't believe me, I can
possible way.
say something about the
Unless
Weaver-Doce
you're
people.
intersex, like Miss Adorable said, like she said, unless you're intersex, that's again, that I understand that. But now, besides intersex, we're not in Dominican Republic, and cases.
People in the Dominican Republic exist. I got news for you.
Oh, I said we're not in the Dominican Republic. I know it does exist.
Well, I'm only bringing that up because you were saying, because when I said that they can get it wrong sometimes, you were like, how? And I just gave an example. I'm not trying to use that. Wait 1 second.
Right.
I'm not trying to use that in some sort of argument. I'm just like showing you that you asked how they can get it wrong. I just gave an example. They're assigned female at birth based on
Well,
their
this is my point, and this is just how I'm always going to see it. Like I said, I think there's some extremists, conservatives, and Republicans who would just say all trans women should have their own bathroom, and I think that would be
a pivot.
Huh?
That's a pivot.
Well, I don't think that's a possibility, because that would mean you will have to go through everybody's genitalia to see if they were born male or female, and then another point is you guys can change your genitalia, and you guys can have surgeries, and we can't even identify who's who anymore. So that's not a possibility. So I don't mind sharing.
Why do you need to? Like, why do you need to identify who's male and female when you're walking down the street, when you're in public? Why do you need that? Why does that have to be important? Like, if I'm going down the street,
Oh no! I didn't
and I see someone.
looking at the bathroom.
Wait 1 second. I wasn't finished. Well, like when I'm walking down the street, I'm not sitting there going, "Oh, I wonder what this person's gamete type is," or "I wonder if this person has." Like, I'm not thinking that, right?
Thank you so much. Someone sent a Cash App tip. I appreciate you.
So yeah, like I think we can just in society, like in everyday lives, I think it's quite strange to be judging people based on their sex, their sex characteristics.
No, well, I'm not speaking on anybody walking down the street. I'm speaking on that I'm not one of those conservatives.
That's what we're talking about.
And no, you changed the topic. I'm saying is I'm not one of those extremist Republicans or
Oh, you changed the topic. You started pivoting to the toilets, to the bathroom.
right, you said public. And
Yeah, the public bathrooms.
Are you speaking outside or are you speaking of the bathrooms?
Well, if I'm in a mall and I need to use a bathroom, wouldn't that be in public?
You said outside. A mall. The
Oh
bathroom.
my god!
Doors.
I said outside in society.
Okay. Well, anyways, I'm not gonna sit here and if I see somebody who's trans come into the bathroom and just say, "Hey, why are you here?" That's none of my business. And I don't think it should be anybody's business. I do firmly believe, though, that if you don't assimilate anything of the female look or woman look, then I don't think you should enter the female's bathroom.
Thank you for the Cash App tip. I just got another. Thank you.
And that's just my belief. Not only will that keep cis women safe, that will keep trans women safe, because you don't know, because that's the thing, that's the problem. There's a self ID situation going on. Anybody can identify as trans, right? And they're probably not really trans, they're probably just trying to go to the bathroom and do certain perverted things, whether it's to women or trans women.
Yeah, that's not allowed, it turns out.
So, you know, I guess that's another issue, the whole self ID thing.
No, trans people are not the issue there. The issue would be the person doing the bad thing.
No, I didn't say the trans person. I'm saying the person doing that is the issue. I never said the trans woman. I'm saying that that's the issue here. The root of the issue here is anybody can sit here and self-ID as a trans woman when they're really not feeling like a trans woman.
You're making that a trans issue when it's not. It's the issue of the person that's doing it.
A lot of men with full beards say, I can go to the bathroom because I am a woman. And they're really not a woman. They don't even have anything remotely.
So would you say that someone who intends to cause physical harm to someone is the kind of person that cares about rules?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Would you say that someone who intends to cause physical harm to someone is the kind of person who cares about rules?
They don't care about rules, but they can.
So that sign on the wall that says women isn't going to stop them from going into the women's restroom.
Here's the thing. People have used and abused the term trans to go to women's bathrooms to sit here and disrespect women.
Explain to me how that's our problem.
I never said it was your issue, ma'am. I never said as a trans woman.
But you're using it as a reason to exclude us from spaces we belong.
I never said that. You're not listening. What I said was full-grown men. You see, I'm going to give an example. You go to the bathroom, the woman's bathroom. I'm not going to have an issue. I'm not going to have an issue. And I'm pretty sure Miss Haley, if she goes to the bathroom, I'm not going to have an issue. I have an issue when men who still look like men with beards, men clothes, that don't even attempt to dress as a woman, go into the woman's bathroom and try to harm women. And then when you say,
we have an issue with that too. Wait, Vanna, we have an issue with men.
No, give me a minute. But that also affects you guys.
Have that.
That also affects you guys. Because what about if he's trying to harm a trans woman there? Or that makes you guys look bad in society.
Yeah, we know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I have an issue with that.
Yeah, so do we. We don't like men going in pretending to be trans either. Trans people can go in.
Exactly. That's an issue that I have.
I know, but the way you're phrasing it, it's making it sound like you have a problem with masculine. Like you said. What? Yeah, you said that self-ID, you were talking about self-ID and you were saying masculine presenting and I get that. Like I think what you're trying to say is cisgender men, right? Is that what you're trying to say? Cisgender men trying to be going to the bathroom? A man
who wants to abuse the term trans, who is probably still a straight man and is a cisgender man, and he wants to abuse the trans term to go into the woman's bathroom and just try to harm women. And then when the police comes, I could go in the bathroom because guess what? I'm a woman. I have an issue with that. You know, I feel like if you try to assimilate the look of a female, then I think that it's fine for you to go to the bathroom. That's not an issue. But a full-grown cisgender
man, you have to look like a female.
Yeah.
What is the correct way to look like a female?
look feminine, have feminine features.
What's the correct way to look feminine?
What's the correct way to look feminine? Well, soft features, facial features.
Do all women have soft facial features?
Well, we can definitely. Not all women have soft facial features, but
So
we can
should the
definitely
women
tell-
that don't have soft facial
No.
features use the men's restroom?
No, because we can tell they're still a woman.
So then soft features is not a necessary condition for using the women's restroom. Why did you mention it?
Breast.
Breasts. Okay, so do all women have prominent breasts?
Yes.
All women have
Every
prominent
woman. We can tell, Miss Adorable, who is a female and who is a male.
breasts. Tell me how.
There's different characteristics. Male is robust.
You mentioned breasts, and then when I asked you if all women have prominent breasts, you incorrectly answered
Women
yes.
have. We just know. I'm sorry.
I love how you're just ignoring what you just said. Not all women have prominent breasts.
Okay. Not all women have a prominent breast, but men.
So having prominent breasts, or even having
and
breasts
sexual
at all,
breasts, the
is
bone-
not a
the
necessary
bone
condition for
density-
using a women's restroom.
The
What's
bone
next?
density of males.
Bone. Oh, so you test bone density of people before they use the restroom.
I mean,
This is what I was saying before. I was like, no one's walking
why?
down the
Like,
street
I know you're
looking at
trans by just looking at you.
This is wild.
that. This
It's
is what I
not
was
wild.
saying.
It's the truth.
Vanna.
No, Vanna's not losing. I'm just telling you, like.
Vanna, wait, just 1 second. This is exactly Vanna. Stop 1 second. This is exactly what I was saying before when I said you're describing these things. That I'm like, no one's walking around the streets. No one's walking into a mall. No one's walking into bathrooms checking for gametes and bone density and stuff like that. That's ridiculous.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this. If Miss Adorable walks into the bathroom, no offense, I'll know automatically she's trans.
How am I not supposed to take offense to that, Vanna?
Well, I mean, why would it offend you?
It's incredibly rude to tell a woman that she looks manly.
I mean, I don't know. I will know that you're trans.
Yeah, I didn't ask if you would know that I was trans.
Okay.
I didn't ask if I have masculine traits. It's just rude to say that. Incredibly rude. So remember this. This is a good lesson for you, Vanessa. When your sentence starts with no offense, you're about to say something that is offensive, and don't say it.
Well, to be honest, it's just really not like. My purpose was really not to offend you. It was just to really
You
point.
shouldn't have said what you said. You're welcome to apologize anytime.
Well, you know what? Well, okay. Now people are just being rude in these comments.
Well, yeah, for sure. Always are.
That's just beyond that. You see, now I don't support that.
I mean, they're rude to us as well, so it's like, oh well, you know, just ignore it. Yeah.
Okay, if I offended you, I do apologize.
Okay, okay, we can continue the conversation. I'm willing to move past it. Do you see how your criteria for using women's spaces being looking like a woman is problematic?
But how should you look like if you?
There isn't a correct way to look. There's no correct way to look like a woman. There's no correct way to look like a man.
There is. A man.
I've already proven you wrong. Every point that you've made, I've already proven you wrong. It's not breasts. It's not facial features. What's your next thing?
So a man has facial hair.
You
A
mentioned
man
bone
doesn't
density.
even medically.
It's
A
wild.
man, a full-grown cisgender man, we can know that's a full-grown cisgender man who hasn't made the attempts to look like a female.
It's not what I asked. I asked what the correct way to look like a woman is.
The criteria to look like a woman.
Yep.
Well, most women are short, between average 5'5", right there. That's automatically. Women,
All women, they can't use the women's restroom.
yes, they can. I said
Of course
most.
they
women.
can, because your height is not a criteria for using the women's restroom.
I didn't say that. You're saying
This is why we're way off topic, but this is why we need LGBT education in schools, because of people like you.
No, but the thing is, if you guys are going to teach the wrong things in LGBT schools, telling kids,
Let's get back on topic. What are you afraid of us teaching in school?
what am I? No, I'm not afraid of anything. I just certainly believe I don't want nobody telling my child that she is okay to question her sex or her gender or whatever it is.
I don't think anyone's.
Why are you here still, Tina? I'm curious. Why are you here? I don't know why you're here.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna talk to you, but
she's actually being rude.
I'm not sure why. I'm not sure anyone at schools, like any teachers or anything, not that I've come across or heard of, are telling children that they should or could be questioning their genders. I think that's something that kids can figure out for themselves and then express it when the time is right.
I said that earlier. I actually said that I feel like when you are 5, 6, 7, 8, that shouldn't be something a teacher should be speaking on. When you get older and you want to question your gender, that's absolutely fine. I have a 5-year-old, and if she comes to me at 15 telling me, "Hey, mom, I think I want to be a trans dude, a trans man," I'm assuming that's absolutely fine with me. By all means.
What if she did it at 7 or 8?
Then no, that's an issue.
Why is it an issue? Why, if she's just expressing how she would feel.
She's a child. She doesn't have.
Yes. I transitioned at 14.
She is a child, and she still doesn't even know what it's to be an adult, let alone what her gender or.
Neither did I. But it's fine. Everything worked out okay. Like.
I'm not gonna sit here and transition my daughter if she comes.
No one's saying you have to.
You know, it's just. No.
Where did you get that from?
No one said you had to.
My daughter could say, "I'm a boy" at 7. That's fine. I'm gonna leave it just like that. I'm not gonna speak on it. If she gets older and she's a teenager, she's like, "Yes, I'm still a boy." Okay, then you know what? Then we can actually open this conversation.
Well, do you think teachers are teaching? Do you think teachers are at school saying? I'm sorry. Do you think teachers are at school telling children they should or could change their gender? Like, I don't think that's happening. And
I haven't heard about that. So I'm not sure.
Well, that's what we were talking about.
No, I haven't heard any teachers in my kids' school speaking on they could change their gender. So I don't.
No, I know, but Adora asked you, what is the problem, or why shouldn't we teach that? And you said, well, I don't want teachers telling my child that. Well, if you've never heard of that happening, then why is that something you're bringing up to Adora? Like, she asked you what.
Well, what exactly will be taught in a school about LGBT?
What's that, sorry?
What would be taught in a school about LGBTQ?
What would be taught? Is that what you're asking? I'm sorry, you break up on that.
No, I'm asking, yes, what would be taught in a school about LGBT?
Well, it depends on which age, like, you know, and it also depends on which country you're in.
United States. 5 years old.
5 years old, they're probably at most they're probably telling, you know, hey, it's fine if you've got 2 mums and dads, or you know, it's small stuff like that at that age. It's nothing. They're not teaching 5-year-olds about hormones.
I mean, again, 2 moms, 2 dads, and that's fine. You know, by all means, that's I don't have an issue with that. I don't see like if you want to be gay or lesbian, that's not an issue for me.
Okay, so what's your actual issue here then?
My issue is when young kids are being told at 8 years old that it's okay for them to say that I'm this and I'm that when they're still kids. I also have an issue with kids or teens who are 14 years old having surgeries.
I do want to hear what Kari has to say real quick.
Isn't Jasmine Jennings? Didn't she have surgery early on?
Vanna, I literally just said that I want to hear what Kari has to say.
Go ahead.
I was just going to mention that what oftentimes happens is that there's age appropriate based off of the grade and the age of the child. So a 7 or 8 year old will know that there's some parents have more than one mom, or 2 moms, 2 dads. Some girls feel that they're boys. Some boys feel that they're girls. But then 8th or 9th grade, they get a little bit more. I personally, when I was in 8th grade, or was it 9th grade, that's when the SMEX Ed started. So there I learned that yes, some boys are actually girls, and some girls are actually boys. and it's age appropriate based off of things. When puberty starts, then that's usually where the child begins to, if they're trans, begins to identify or state that they're trans. That's the earliest, usually. Usually it doesn't go much younger than that, but sometimes it does, where the child insists that they're a boy when they're female phenotypical development, or vice versa. So the main point is that there's age appropriate information that is being taught, and it's not teaching them to be trans. That is not what's going on. They're saying that there are people who are trans. Does that make sense?
You can unmute, Vanna. You are muted. Let me send you an invite to unmute. There we go.
I understand that. The age appropriate thing, and okay.
That's what we're advocating for, age appropriate.
Okay, that's fine. I don't see an issue with that.
Awesome.
I don't see an issue with that. I do think that LGBT conversations should be brought to kids, teens mostly, because obviously we're going to encounter LGBTQ people, and we live alongside with you guys. So it's best to educate ourselves and learn, and yeah.
And in fact, your kid may be trans. I don't know if you have kids, but that's the point. Is generically speaking, a parent may actually have a transgender child. So, or their friend, and it's important to teach acceptance to each other, and it's important to teach the child to accept the fact that their friend may be trans, and if their friend comes out as trans, accept them. You don't have to understand because you yourself would not be trans, but understanding how to accept them, that is what's important and relevant.
Again, like I said, I accept trans. Once more, it's not an issue. It's, if you're trans, you're trans. If you're gay, you're gay. If all of this, I don't have an issue with it. I don't have, I'm not going to say, oh, I don't accept it. The only thing that I will always remain on the same stance is trans women are different from females. And that's about it. Everything else, it's not really an issue for me.
I'm sorry to interrupt real quick, but someone needs to get rid of MOHA because they're using a creative spelling to say something really bad.
They're gone.
Sorry, I just...
So we already went through all of that, Vanna. We've gone through necessary conditions. I don't know how to get through to you here.
No. I accept. I literally listened to everything you said, and I agreed to most of everything. I'm telling you right now on live, I agreed to mostly everything you said. I'm okay with that.
Okay, so what is a necessary condition for being a woman?
The thing is, since I'm not educated, I'd rather just not speak, because when I speak as a heterosexual cisgendered woman, it might sound offensive to people. So I just rather just not say, and rather just, avoid the question. And that's why I've been avoiding it, because it's like,
as a trans woman who is hurt by people who invalidate me all the time, I would rather that you say exactly what you believe so we can talk about it.
It's just, I don't want to sound offensive.
You're going to sound offensive, but that's okay. That's what we're here to do. We're here to talk.
Oh my God. This is like so awkward for me. Okay, so for example, I see you, I'm going to call you she. I see another trans woman, I'm going to call her she. I don't know how to tell you females, we know females. Now, there will be moments where I have seen trans women where I'm like, whoa, she is so passable that she looks just like a female at birth. Like, I couldn't tell anything.
We already went over that there isn't a correct way to look like a woman.
Well, feminine voice.
All women have high-pitched voices.
But there's definitely different vocals between women and females and males.
There are women who have deeper voices than mine.
I have yet to meet one.
But there are. They exist. So the pitch of your voice does not determine if you're a woman.
You know, massive shoulder width.
Are sopranos more of a woman than other women?
I'm sorry?
Are sopranos more of a woman than women who are not sopranos?
I'm not sure who that is.
It's a really, really high pitch that singers can reach.
No.
Of course not. So the pitch of your voice does not make you a man or a woman or non-binary.
Once more.
As well.
When a trans woman walks into the woman's bathroom, a woman is going to know, is this a trans woman or is this a woman? Now, however, there's going to be moments where we have even questioned cis women.
A, you're not talking about what I just said, and B, Kari's got her hand up.
Okay. Go ahead, Kari.
Just wanted to point out, you said you're trying. I understand trying to step through logically an issue and a question, but one thing that keeps coming to mind is sometimes just listen. Sometimes just hear somebody out, take it into consideration. It doesn't always have to have an immediate rebuttal. There doesn't always have to be a rebuttal at all. Sometimes it's just a matter of listening to what another person says and how they identify and how they feel about themselves.
Okay. I totally understand that. My thing is, if you're not a passable trans woman, I don't think I don't even have an issue if a trans woman who's not passable goes into the woman's bathroom. I don't have an issue with that. I have an issue with cisgendered men who identify as cisgendered men, and then they want
to. So we're going off topic again. We're trying to figure out what a woman is, because that's where you just. A woman is
an adult human female,
and that is a standard that is met by trans women.
Well, yeah, that's what I tried to say before. I was like, can you define what a female is? And you just keep using female in the definition. It just kind of became circular.
I'm going to go ahead and drop. I'm going to say goodbye.
Thank you, Kari.
Have a good one.
Appreciate you.
Bye, Kari.
I'm being summoned.
Bye.
Yeah, we are way off topic. We've barely spent any time talking about school.
Yeah, so when it comes to school, I'm okay with the age gap. That's totally fine. Age-appropriate education. Okay.
I think we should probably move on at this point. I think we should take some space and process.
Okay. No problem. Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, you have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hi, Haley.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I'm okay. I mean, I'm very, as you can probably hear, I'm quite unwell, but
Sorry.
I've had the last few days off uni. I was like, oh, look, I just cannot go in, but I'm getting better. You know, when your cough starts becoming more phlegmy, I guess, I don't know. That's like, oh, I'm healing, I think. It sucks, but I'm healing.
Coughs. I get cold. I get like runny noses. I only get coughs.
Yeah, I've got the chesty. It's more like a chest infection, I think, but I don't have a head cold this time, which is good because I can't stand head colds because that's when I can't breathe.
All right, everyone keep tapping that screen. We got 13,000 likes. Going to set a goal of 25,000 likes. We got 500 people in here. I think we can do that pretty reasonably, guys. If you are new to my live, if this is your first time ever seeing me, please say hi down in chat. And I'm going to bring up the next guest right now.
Hey, do you know in my school, we didn't even have any LGBTQ education.
Yeah, none in mine either.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you for the roses. Hello, Bo? I don't know what to call you.
You could just call me Saver.
Saver. How old are you, please?
19.
And what year were you born?
What?
What year were you born?
2005.
Okay, all right. And do you think that LGBT matters should be taught in school or at home?
I personally think that it should be taught at home because first, religion. I think that everybody should have their personal opinion about anything. Like, if you think that children should be taught that and other people might not. But as a parent, you if you are a certain religion and you want your child to follow that religion, and if your religion doesn't follow those standards, then I don't think it should be taught in school if you don't want your child learning that stuff personally as a parent.
Do you mind if I ask what religion you have?
Christian.
Christian, yeah. Christianity is not anti-LGBT. Nor do I think it's a valid reason to not teach about queer matters.
Okay. If you don't think that's a reason, also, I don't think, okay, so I believe that school is a place where you are starting to learn qualifications for future jobs. And I don't know a lot of jobs that you need to know that information for.
Sorry?
Like, I don't know. Okay, so school is like a place that you're supposed to learn stuff for you to be able to be qualified in future jobs. Well, at least that's what I believe it is.
No. It is true that you get you get skills that are related to jobs, but that's not necessarily the purpose of school. The purpose of school is to educate people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, I want the age comments to end unless you got proof that she is lying about her age. Unless you got proof, a person's voice does not determine their age. She's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just talking about voices with Vanna about you know, someone's voice doesn't determine. I get it, but oh my god, I'm sorry. I'll mute when I cough.
Okay. For real though, there's a reason that I do the age check and the year check. If people pass that, voice doesn't determine age.
Hello.
Hello, Abby. How you doing?
Hi, I'm 20.
20. How old are you, please?
20.
Literally just asked. I'm sorry. So I have like 19 things going on in my head all at the same time. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Should LGBT matters be taught in school?
I think it should be taught as a wide spectrum, not just a singular topic. Like, it should go into like religion and shit like that, like a wide range topic, not just like you sit down for one class and spend an hour having it as a class.
Agreed. Yep, we should work it into the current curriculum, not have a specific LGBT class.
Yeah. I just don't see it ending well with parents or the school board or anything like that, just having it as...
Neither do I, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to advocate for it anyways. Like, homophobes exist, and the way that we're going to combat homophobes is through education.
Yeah, 100%, but it's all to do with how you brought up and the friends you're with and all that, and fucking homophobia and shit like that. It's all to do with like your personal opinion as well. Because it's to do with personal opinion as well. Like, I used to be around people that were really homophobic, but I'm by myself. But there was really weird with trans people. Like, if you get what I mean, they say they was, but they made this snigger remarks. Do you get what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
So, and then I distanced myself, joined another group, had a midlife crisis, thought I was trans, realised I wasn't, and now I'm living my bed. I don't normally talk about that bit of my life, but yeah, here I am now, and I was literally talking to someone else before, and I didn't realise, like, you know, the term cis, I didn't realise, like, you actually use it in a conversation until I was in another live. Sorry, I'm rambling here, sorry.
You're good. Did you have anything specific you wanted to talk about related to the topic?
apart from it should be taught as a wide range and not just an hour based, and only taught in high schools, not in primary.
Okay, that I disagree with. I think it should be age appropriate, meaning when we're talking about family dynamics in kindergarten or first grade, that would mean like we learned that some kids have a mom and a dad, some kids just have a mom, some kids have grandparents. Thank you so much for the hand hearts. Some kids have a dad and a dad, some kids have a mom and a mom, etc. So age appropriate. Then when they start learning about World War II, then we can start teaching them about pink triangles and what was I going to say? And
Pink triangles.
yeah, pink triangles. Those are the things that were sewn onto the outfits of queer prisoners in German camps.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
Very
it was
few
an
people do.
identifier for it was just so they could identify the LGBT community. Yeah, it was hideous, horrendous, if you will.
Yeah, but I never knew that. I didn't even know. Like, I studied GCSE history, and I didn't even know that.
Yeah, our education is woefully lacking in many areas.
But yeah, that was all I had. To be fair, I never really thought about the age appropriate because I had a child come up to me and go, like, asking what a lesbian. I was gonna say thing then. Asking what a lesbian was, and asking really sorts of weird like questions that she were being taught in school, like the lives of lesbians and stuff like that.
I didn't catch what you said. Sorry. Thank you thank you to the Mel Raiders.
I had one of my ex-best friend's little sisters come up to me and start asking questions about lesbians, like the sexual based side on like lesbians and that, and I'm like, where have you learnt that from? And she was like, in school, and she was only 7 at the time, so that's when I got very against primary school like education being taught.
Sure. So I would say that we should definitely be teaching about queer identities. We should be teaching kids that it's okay for a girl to like a girl, it's okay for a boy to like a boy, etc.
Yeah, definitely you should teach that, but it was more or less of the sexual questions she was asking that I was very, hold on, where have you got that from? Why are you being asked this? And that's why I got very defensive on stuff like this being taught in primary schools.
So it sounds to me like we agree pretty much on age-appropriate education worked into the curriculum.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for coming up.
They've moved the disconnect button.
All right. Keep tapping that screen, everyone. Share the live. We are coming up on our goal. Ram. Thank you so much for the pinch face. I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you to the Mel Raiders. I see you all. Thank you. What age? K through 12. So our goal is 25,000 likes. We're at 16,000, so we got some work to do still. And if you are a follower of mine, please write Grayskull in chat.
And hit a follow button on Adora if you're not following her already.
Right up
Give her a follow. She's so close to 100K. Wouldn't it be nice?
It's probably going to be a few more months due to inconsistencies in my schedule, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Hello, Sharon. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Adora?
I'm fantastic. How old are you, please?
33. Ew.
I'm 37.
Oh, quit it.
I'm 37 and I'm young. So are you.
We're young, right?
Yes.
Until you see like random stuff on TikTok or Facebook that makes you feel real old.
From the 1900s. Yeah.
Oh, so I love you, first of all, but I have a question for you with your topic. It's a new topic. I watch you every day. I love you. But my question is, with it being in school and then being at home, what if the teacher they're not okay with it? Just like somebody at
Not
home.
okay with queer education?
Yes.
Then she should probably not teach.
But in a lot of states, that would be the case.
Yeah, if you're unwilling to teach the curriculum, go find a private school to work for.
Now, my other question would be, you say age appropriate. Explain it to me a little bit, please. Just so I want to learn. I watch you because I love learning and you teach me so much.
Awesome. So that means like in kindergarten, in first grade, etc. We're talking about when they start talking about family dynamics, meaning some kids have a mom and a dad, some kids have a grandma and a grandpa, and some kids have just a mom, some kids have just a dad, some kids have two dads, some kids have two moms. That would be what the queer education would look like at that age. And then later on, as they get older, we can work in more and more queer education as is age appropriate and as is appropriate to the topic. For instance, when they start studying World War II, we can learn about pink triangles and about how queer prisoners were also thrown in the concentration camps. And when Germany finally lost, the people with the pink triangles were thrown right back in jail rather than freed.
When was that? Was that like
World War II.
No, like school-wise, 8th grade?
They typically start learning about World War II around 8 or 9 or so. So sometime around then. I don't know exactly when.
So that'd be like 5th grade?
Sure, around then.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
You can also learn about historical figures such as Harvey Milk or Turing, etc., who were queer and contributed in significant ways.
Okay. I asked this question because I'm in the community. I'm married, but in the community, and I have a family member that recently, she's young, she's 8 years old, never had a conversation about it, like talked about it, but she came home and said to her mom, I'm a lesbian. And at 8 years old, never having a conversation, I didn't know where it came from. It just literally came from her heart, I'm assuming, because that's how you feel, that's who you are. And for her to feel that open about it, and no one to have a conversation, it would be my sister, my niece, but to have the conversation, it was caught off guard a little bit because they don't teach that in school. They don't, not where I'm from. They should, but they don't. At least talk about it. So when she said it, it was beautiful, but it was alarming. Not alarming, but like overwhelming. Like, how do you react? Because she never had that conversation before. So in that instance, what would the conversation be, or how could we help her?
How can you help someone that's come out? Affirm them. You can straight up ask them, hey, what do you need from me?
How can I help you?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for just being as wonderful as you are. I love you, and I will continue to watch you, and that's it.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, I'm probably going to be sub only for the remainder of the live, which will be about another hour. It is fucking hot today. Like, holy fuck. How long is this supposed to be hot, guys? I don't like it.
Nice.
It's cold where you are. Want to trade?
We're about to head into winter in June. So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
What temperature is it?
Today, I'm not sure. Hang on, I'll have to look at my phone. But it's pretty. Does it tell me? It doesn't even tell me at my home screen. It's cold. Still in bed. Mind you, I'm sick too, so that doesn't help.
I would take cold over heat anytime. Anytime.
Spring is my favorite season.
I do like spring.
Yeah, it's not too hot and it's not too cold, but it's like a mixture of just, I don't know, it's nice. He's also dealing Fahrenheit.
My Discord are talking about broccoli, like we're having a whole conversation about broccoli. Like, guys, the conversations we have in my Discord never fail and then never disappoint. They're always absolutely amazing. And if you subscribe to the $5.99 tier right here, you get access to my Discord. And broccoli is amazing. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise.
I love broccoli.
So much common, I swear we would be besties. Badass, Bree Bree.
Oops. And follow Adora if you're not already.
What are we up to? We're up to 98,523.
So close. Let's get Adora there. Let's go.
I need to make. If I want to get there, I need to make more videos. Videos are key towards getting more followers.
My videos do terrible, but my live streams pop off. I just don't understand.
How you doing, Shannon?
Oh, it worked. Fantastic.
You are connected. How old are you, please?
I am 47.
47. Fantastic. Should LGBT matters be taught in school or at home?
They should absolutely be taught in school.
Now that's. Was there anything particular you wanted to say?
Absolutely. So the reason LGBTQ plus matters to be taught in school is because as children, we need to understand the things that we are going to see and be subjected to in our adult lives in the adult world. If we don't give ourselves that preparation, we're walking into ignorance. And, you know, that who wants to do that? For example, as a child, one of the things that I used to do was I loved to travel. And I feel that traveling gave me the experience to understand and know that there are other cultures out there that are so different from the way that I was raised, but that doesn't make them any less valid. That doesn't make them any less beautiful. That doesn't make them any less necessary than my own. So I feel that, you know, that same sort of, sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. I've never done this before. This is the first time I've ever joined a live, but I felt so impassioned to say something. I had to speak. I had to say something when I heard Miss Tina speak, and I getting to Miss Tina. If y'all guys don't, if you don't mind, I feel that she wasn't coming from a place of malice, but she was really coming from a place of ignorance. And I say that, and it sounds strong, and it sounds harsh, and it sounds mean, but it's not. At the same time, I feel that she was coming from a place of genuineness. And she really just wanted to kind of understand and wrap her head around these concepts. And I feel that had she been taught LGBTQ plus matters in school, she would have a whole different perspective. And I feel that that's kind of something that would benefit everyone to have that experience early on out the gate.
Agreed. Yeah, it would mean that I wouldn't have to be doing what I'm doing here right now. I know there's a ton of people watching that hate seeing me on here every day. Well, if you want me gone, advocate for queer education in schools. Then I'll be gone because that won't be a need for me.
No, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're putting yourself out there so that people can see, you know, the difference and the beauty and just, you know, we're all here and we're all different, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's perfectly fine. And I think that one of the things that I did kind of want to bring up was the fact about it seems that religion is such a big like dictator in regards to how people feel things should be. And I always say, in situations like that, your religion is not the only religion. It's not. And, you know, what you believe is not necessarily what other people believe, but that does not invalidate what they believe. It doesn't invalidate what you believe. And I think that kind of, you know, that just, it infuriates me when people try to take everything and, you know, fit it into their paradigm of how things should be based on their religion. It's you know, there's other people out there and they believe other things, and it doesn't make them any less important or any less beautiful or any less, you know, here.
Shannon, I appreciate you coming up so much. I'm going to move on to the next guest, but I appreciate you kicking ass, all right?
Thank you. Y'all take care. I'll keep watching.
Bye. W guest in chat, guys. Was it Shannon or Sharon? I missed the name. I think I got it wrong a few times. But either way, W guest in chat. W guest in chat. We're so close to our goal. We're 1,100 taps away. Thank you for the cat paws.
By the way, I'm loving this hair, girl.
Thank you
Like,
so much. It came out so good. This is how I wanted it to look last time, but I was coming from green hair, and green hair does not pull out very well. So I kind of had to settle for a darker shade last time. But this time, when I went back, I got to do this, and I was so
that's
happy.
really nice.
All right, guess not connecting. I plan on this being my color for a while. Like, this is my second time asking for this particular color pattern, and I'm probably next time I go in 3-4 months, I'll ask for the same thing, probably. This might be my new default, guys.
Yeah, it's cute. And it's very vibrant and sorry. Oh my gosh.
I think I can connect now. Please do make sure to check out my most recent videos, guys. The first 4 videos particularly, they all talk about a family that I am raising money for in Palestine that is trapped in Gaza. They're trying to get out, so please consider checking those videos out. Thank you, KTP. 1 month subscriptions. Thank you so much. Hello, Alyssa.
Hello, can you hear me? This is my first time on live. I'm sorry.
Yes, I can hear you. How old are you, please?
1905 January.
Fantastic. And what are your thoughts on the topic?
I agree with the topic. I was just thinking in terms of like LGBTQ history, not history, Bhutan schools. Is it like the history aspect? Like, as you said in like World War II and Harvey Milk and things like that.
Sure. Like, I would advocate for everything within reason at age appropriate levels, like family dynamics, and when kids are young, when we're talking about sex education, don't leave queer people out of that. And then, queer history as it is relevant.
Okay, because you say a lot on your lives that gender identity, it comes between the ages between 3 and 7. And I'm actually a preschool teacher, so I do teach kids in that age range. And at least in my classroom, we have books about, children with like foster parents and other things like that. So for, I guess, that age range, as in-depth, I say in quotes, as it would go, it would more just be like, some kids have 2 moms, 2 dads, or they might not live with their bio family or whatnot.
Badass. Awesome. So as early as preschool, you would say then?
I think it really depends on, I guess, the preschool or the education, because some preschools, they necessarily don't have like a set math, English, or not. Some of them is kind of just like little fun activities, and you go between being outside or not.
That's.
But I'd say more within like, I'd say when you go into public or private school, like the kindergarten age, I'd say family dynamics. But I guess more so I have a question when it comes to gender identity. I'd argue that I think that would be better around like middle school age, because like that's when people hit puberty, and that's when
I would argue that that's too late. There's a few things here. Well, one, I would definitely say that's too late, especially for transgender people. I was never taught about transgender people at all, so I just felt like there was something wrong with me. I didn't feel like my identity was valid. I just felt broken. Rawr, thank you so much for the tiny diny. And I definitely didn't know that there was medication out there and therapy out there that could help me. That I didn't know that there was that I had the option of not going through male puberty and going through female puberty instead, which would have saved me from so much trauma. Also, the cisgender heterosexual kids are taught about gender and sexuality pretty much from the moment they're born. We see cisgender heterosexual relationships around us all the time. Cis heteronormativity is pushed in all aspects of life, whereas queer identities really are kind of, at best, glossed over. Representation is minimal to non-existent. It's getting better for sure, but we're still not there. So I would definitely argue that we need to be teaching the basics of what it means to be all these identities at very young ages, and definitely before puberty.
Okay, I guess in that part, I would feel then at the younger ages, it would have to be, I guess, a bit more advance to get to that stage? Because I guess at the middle school age, would you try to be learning more about the lived experience of being transgender? Like, because then I feel like that would be a class, and then that would
I'm not
be
sure that
referred
would
to like
be.
as a social workers or behavioral specialists within the school for more prior knowledge, like hormones.
I'm not sure that talking about the lived experience would be the best. Maybe if when we're talking about like I don't know, civics and stuff like that, we could talk about how these oppressive laws have harmed queer people. That might be appropriate. But other than that, when we're talking about what it means to be gay, what it means to be lesbian, what it means to be bi, what it means to be trans, we really only have to say the basics. We can say that, hey, some people that we thought were a girl are actually a boy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, by saying some of you that were a girl are actually a boy. So I guess maybe because I teach younger kids, I would have trouble trying to, I guess, word that better, but they wouldn't be learning that at that age. I guess I just want to know how that would properly be displayed within the current like public school education system we have.
How what specifically would show in the public system that we have?
I don't know if what you're talking about could be, I guess, fully displayed in the way that how you describe it, because I don't know if saying like your classmate that we used to refer to as he is now she, because like a lot of kids' favorite questions is why this, why that, kind of etc. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just tell them what it means to be transgender. Tell them that transgender people are people that we thought were boys but are actually girls, thought were girls but are actually boys, or are not some other gender altogether. And that you don't have to be a boy, you don't have to be a girl. Kids understand this better than we think they do. Like there was a video that went viral a while ago where this little girl with a very, very adorable accent is asking this person if they're a girl, and the person's like, "No, I'm not." Then the girl asks, "Are you a boy then?" And the person's like, "No, I'm not." And then the girl's like, "Are you just a person?" And the person was like, "Yes, I'm just a person." Kids understand better than we expect them, than we think they do.
They understand at a surface level.
Right, but we don't need to know everything there is to know about gender philosophy to know who we are. So just teaching the basics can be enough to really, really help queer people and to help cisgender heterosexual people understand the LGBT community.
Okay, I think I could agree to most of that. Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic.
All right. I have nothing else. I don't know how to leave. I've never been live.
I appreciate you. You did fantastic for your first time going live, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah, sorry, I was in the middle of a coughing fit then, and I was like, oh, I better just stay muted.
I hate sleeping when it's hot. Sleeping while sweaty sucks. I don't want to sleep tonight, guys. I'm going to stay up all night. One of those nights where I toss and turn and toss and turn. All right, next up. Yeah, I haven't put my air conditioner in. I'm the kind of person that waits and waits and waits and waits and waits to put my AC in. Damn, I got 10 people watching over on Twitch. That is absolutely fantastic. Guys, if you want to, I do stream all my lives simultaneously to Twitch, and Twitch comes not only with all this, but it also comes with a cat cam, 2 cat cams actually, and a much, much more chill, laid-back chat, which is never sub-only. So if sub-only is in right now, and you don't want to subscribe to me, that's totally fine. Head on over to my Twitch account, Adorable Rainbow Fist on Twitch, and you can chat over there for free. If you have ice packs, put one on the back of your neck and bed. That's a smart idea, Flutterby. Thank you so much.
I'll probably drop down after this next one, just so I don't. Oh.
Hey Adora, what's up, Slick?
Hi.
Hi, hot dog.
How you doing, Ann?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Doing all right. How old are you, please?
Oh, I'm 38.
38. Fantastic. And should LGBT matters be taught in school or at home?
It should absolutely be taught in school. First, I just want to start by saying I love the fact that your hair is opposite to mine. And it
You got purple
gorgeous.
on top and on the bottom?
It is gorgeous.
Is that your profile pic there?
Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Thank you. And yes, Haley might remember me a little bit. I do my oldest kid, who is 14. They are agender, so they fall under the trans umbrella. And I'm a big advocate. And if it wouldn't have been for the school system, they probably wouldn't have known have the knowledge to identify and put words to name who they are now. And one thing also that I wanted to add to the guest that was here before is that my oldest came out a year and a half ago. And I also have an 8-year-old son, and he was 6 at the time. And it's like, and we explained it to him. We were just like, look, your sibling, they're not a boy, they're not a girl, they're just in the middle. And they're somewhere, and we explained it to him very simply. And he was like, oh, okay. And within 24 hours, he was using their chosen name and everything was good. So yes, I truly believe that kids, even younger kids, understand far more than we think they do.
I actually do remember you, Anne. Yes, you were on Envy's panel and they were just attacking you.
I was in Cutie Pies.
Oh, no. Cutie Pie, sorry. Yeah, that was, I remember you. Yeah.
I remember you. I think we used to go live together.
Oh, yes. Hi. Yes.
Hi.
It was on my old account. I'll have to follow you back on this one.
This is also my backup to the backup.
All right. Gotcha.
Because I'm banned on 2 accounts right now.
But yeah, I think that I don't understand like how people, and again, that's just my point of view, but like it should be taught in school. I always try to make people understand who are against this that not every parent has the capacity or the knowledge to do that job, and to make sure that kids have that knowledge. One way to go through it and to make sure that they have that knowledge is through the school system. Yeah.
All right, Anne, I appreciate you coming up so much. And thank you for sharing your story.
And thank you for having me. And I hope you get some sleep, even though it's hot. What I do personally is I put an ice pack and I sleep with it on my chest like it's a teddy bear.
Oh, that's so smart. All right. That's so smart. All right.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
With that being said, I'll probably drop down to I'm feeling like absolute shit right now.
Sorry, Haley. I hope you feel better.
See you later.
That was
I
me
enjoyed
yesterday.
my dog.
Not that anyone believed me, but yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
So everyone's giving tips on how to cool down, but I'm going to give one based on science. You have hot points on your body, in between your neck, at your wrist, corners of your elbows, behind your knees. So if you sit with an ice pack behind your knee, it will draw the heat out of your body. Those are hot points in your body.
Good to know. All
That's
right.
how we. That's how I was taught to help alleviate hyperthermia. So.
All right. Good to know.
Hyperthermia and heat stroke and stuff.
All right.
You have multiple tricks now.
Hello.
Hello, Leah. How you doing?
I'm good. So I normally only, you know who I am, right? Do you need my age? Okay. So I normally only request when I have a question. Not due to the topic, but gender dysphoria, is that not like a feeling? Would you say like not in a negative way?
Okay. It's a distress, and it's based on the incongruence between your sex and your gender.
Okay, but it's still a feeling, or it's not? You're saying
it's a feeling. I don't know what actually is a feeling.
Like the way I see it now, again, tell me if I'm wrong, but like I see it kind of as they don't.
An emotional state or a reaction, I suppose. Like, would you say that stress is an emotion?
I take that as a feeling. Like they don't like whatever person, they don't like how they are. They don't feel comfortable with themselves. It's all about like feelings in my understanding.
Seems reasonable to me.
Okay. That's all I want clarification on.
All right.
Thanks.
No problem. You have a good day. Yeah, so I suppose gender dysphoria would be a feeling of distress. Thank you so much for the sub. I can't read who because TikTok is just broken. It barely shows me the names. Like, it just shows me a yellow bar and everything else is off center and weird. So, but thank you so much for the sub, whoever just subbed. We do have a sub wave going, guys. If we get 3 more subs in the next 15 minutes, all subscribers who don't have all the bonus emotes will get a brand new emote from the easy tier of emotes. Okay, I think we're out of requests though. I suppose let's try something. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna turn off sub only. I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a long time. Normally I reset when I change topics. I'm not going to reset this time. All right. Instead of resetting, here's what I want. I want you guys to tap like crazy. Everybody, start tapping right now. Share the live as well. Let's get back on the FYP and see if we can change topics without doing a reset. Do we have like a goal? Let's set a goal of 50,000. 50,000 taps, guys. Let's get back on the FYP and see if we can do a topic change without a reset. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for the pause. Appreciate it.
Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna be on live while I'm scootering, but I'm gonna be muted.
Zubair, I think that's how I say that. You said stop going sub only if you want views. It's a balance. I go sub only at this point. I'm doing it largely to protect my own mental health. Because chat gets super toxic. It didn't used to affect me. It does affect me now. So I go sub only to protect my own well-being, which is also why I hold a higher standard to my subscribers. I do not expect to see transphobia from my subscribers. They will be banned. I go sub only to protect myself. Okay, I do have a guest who's been up here before. I don't remember the conversation that I had with Rondo. Hello, Rondo. How you doing? Rondo, you cooking something? Whatever it is, it sounds delicious. Okay. Guys, you guys are fast. Holy shit, we're already halfway towards our goal of 50,000. Everyone keep tapping. Keep tapping, guys. Izzy Green Eyes, that's a cool name. Taking a shower, maybe. Hello, Izzy, how you doing? Izzy, you with me? No, Izzy? Okay. Your necklace is so pretty. Thank you. This necklace was sent to me by a follower. Someone who likes my content, a fan of mine, sent me this. All right, I think we can do it, guys. I think we can get new eyes in here, and I think we can get some new requests without doing a reset. Because resetting every time I want to change anything is annoying. You know what we could do? If we don't get anyone, I know exactly what we could do. I know exactly what we could do. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. 1 second, guys. We're just gonna chill and have a little bit of fun. That's what we're gonna do.
After dark, the sun is still up.
It's dark here. The debates died down, guys, so it's time for Adora After Dark.
My scooter wasn't working, so I have to walk down the bike lane to find one that works.
You guys really, I see a lot of people saying no. You guys really want to try again? We're going to do a reset if we try again. We did hit our goal. Holy shit, we hit our goal. But, what do you think? A reset?
Send me a rose if you think we should try again.
Send hot dog a rose if we could try again. You know, that's the thing we can do. Like, if we can set up polls where the way that you vote is through roses, so we can literally make it so that. So like when I'm doing the kick or don't kick, like I can make it so that the people who want to keep the opposition up have to pay to keep them up.
I was joking about the roses. Thank you. I was joking though.
All right, we're gonna do a reset, guys. I'll be right back. Internet equals slow. All right, we're back. We're back. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how Parker does this every single day. I don't know. I do not have I barely have the energy to do it 5 days a week. I used to do this 6 days a week. I used to do this 7 days a week. Jesus fucking Christ, I lost my mind is what I did. Looking gorgeous, thank you. What is Parker's TikTok name? Parker, get a job. Parker's literally for like years in a row. I mean, I'm sure he's taken a few days off, but.
So the great thing about my walk right now is it was supposed to be a scooter ride, and this whole thing is just for scooters and bikes, and I have to walk it to get to the scooter.
Interesting.
Because the one that I picked up wasn't working, and I'm sad about it.
I'm not gonna lie. So the person who said that they missed my 7 days a week, I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to get back to where I used to be in certain ways. I'm trying to like. I still enjoy what I do, but I used to love doing this. I still enjoy it, and I find it very rewarding. But it's a drain in a way that it didn't used to be. I want to get back to the way things used to be. And I think that what I used to do is I used to focus on topics that were more about me. That's why I'm running I Am a Lesbian rather than males can be lesbians. So that way we're talking about me. All eyes on me, guys. No, it takes a little bit of the pressure off of representing other, about accidentally misrepresenting other communities. James says it needs to be more about them. Okay, James, we'll make it more about you.
Thanks for the roses. I appreciate you.
Veronica's like, nah, hot dog, you're getting these roses whether you like it or not.
Thank you.
Hey there, Blue Eyes Zaka. Wasn't sure if you got Discord access for Twitch subs. Yes, you do. If you are a subscriber to my Twitch account, you do get access to the Best Friend Squad Discord. That is one of the perks. What's a woman? Give you a good definition. Let's see. Let me get my definitions out.
Someone who identifies as a woman.
That is circular, but
Yeah.
pretty much also.
Extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah, my favorite definition is the Cambridge one, which is an adult who lives and identifies as a female, though they may have been said to have a different sex at birth. All right, it does look like the night is dying down, guys. Chicken Pot Pie wants to know if you're going to sue them, Hot Dog.
Aw, no. I mean, if you keep posting recordings from my content or my lives. But yeah, I did see the comment earlier, and yes, I know you can record me on a different live. I don't give a fuck. Thanks.
Oh, so they're taking your content.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I tell you what. About this.
Yeah, lives are public, but the poster of the live, like the host of the live or the poster of the content, still holds the copyright. So if it's something that you monetize on, yes, you can technically claim copyright on that. No, it's not fair use. Read your terms of service, read your privacy policy, read the community guidelines. It's not fair use.
What are your thoughts on straight men fetishizing trans women? I think it's gross. I love when people are perfectly happy to date trans people, but when you are specifically seeking out a trans person and you're not trans yourself, you're a chaser. Hello, River. How you doing?
Hi, Adora. I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing all right. How old are you, please?
23.
23. Fantastic. And am I a lesbian?
Yeah.
Awesome. Love to hear it.
I do have some questions. Is that okay if I ask her? I'm a friendly. I just like out of. Awesome. What form of representation would you say is like the most important?
What form of representation is the most important?
Yeah, like most impactful. Maybe just like to your life, or maybe even like on like a broader.
Thought into. I want to see reasonable representation in every way practical.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then
significant thought into which is the most important.
Now, I personally, my opinion is far right, but I'm curious what your thoughts would be on whether you think the far left, like the more radical left, or the more radical right, are more harmful for the LGBTQIA plus movement.
I mean, the radical
probably the one that wants to take away right.
Right. Yeah. I was going to say the radical left is like is like trans people are valid, and the radical right is like fuck your rights.
Exactly. So I've asked this to other creators, and they mentioned that some of them say radical left, which kind of is like confusing me, but their perspective is that they feel like the radical left makes the movement, they feel like it's like invalidating or whatever to it. But I personally agree that I feel like it's more radical right. So thank you for the perspective. Appreciate you.
No problem. You have a good one.
You too.
That was an interesting conversation. A lot of questions I've never been asked before. I like when I get questions that I've never been asked. Anyone else want to come up? Prove to you that I have a vagina, a ZM. There's pictures all over the internet. All over the internet. My whole OF was stolen and reposted.
You know you have copyright claim on that too, right?
Sure. I mean, if I wanted to fight it, I could fight it. It's not worth the effort to me. I made a combined $800 the entire time I had that thing open.
Okay.
Wasn't so it's not worth it to me. Can I talk about the first time I felt gender euphoria and what it was like? Yeah, sure. The first time I felt gender euphoria was the first time I wore a dress. First time I wore a dress. I looked down and I saw the body that belongs to me. The way that I saw myself. Hello, Jen. Jen, how you doing?
Hello.
How old are you, please?
34.
34. Fantastic. Am I a lesbian?
Well, I want to ask a couple things.
Go for it. I mean,
Okay, so I wanted to ask why, to you personally, why is your gender or your sexuality, considering, you know, you're trying to say that you're lesbian and prove you wrong, why is your gender and your sexuality so important?
they're key parts of my experience as a person.
I mean, is it, okay, I said no, but why is it so important though? I get it's a part of you, but why is it most important?
I never said it was the most important.
Okay, so why would you be up here doing what you're doing?
Are transgender people losing rights?
I don't believe so, no.
The answer is yes. Are transgender people being assaulted at 4 times the rate of cisgender people?
I don't believe so, no.
The answer is yes. Are transgender people, are 80% of transgender people likely to consider pro-lighting at some point in their life?
Okay, so I'm assuming these are just all rhetorical questions. So given that those are all true to you, why is it that you're trying to defend you being a lesbian? That has nothing to do with any of the things you just said. Okay, so if the trans community is losing rights, what does proving you're a lesbian or not have to do with that?
It comes, because the question comes down to whether or not my identity as a woman is valid.
Okay, well, do you believe you're a woman?
I am.
Okay, so then end of story. I don't understand why it's so important to be validated.
Does transphobia exist?
I mean, and yes, and it always will be. Okay, so this is all like you just said a while ago, this is just debates or your platform is just going to be focusing on you. So can we just focus on what your questions are going to be related to you, not the community, not other people, like you. So, okay, so you say you believe you're a woman. So what is the importance that society validates you? And if they don't validate you, like let's say okay, let's say the healthcare got taken away. What would that do to you?
I wouldn't have the healthcare that I needed.
Okay, so you're basically saying that you wouldn't be okay?
Correct. I would not have access to estrogen, which would make me likely to become chronically ill.
Okay, but you believe you're a woman, and it's not like you're not validated. You have people constantly surrounded that tell you that yes, you're a woman. You have people on your panel.
This isn't okay. So that's not the point at this point with your question. What happens if she loses the health care? She already told you. She can become chronically ill.
How would you be chronically ill?
She no longer produces hormones.
Oh, yes, she will. Just not the ones that she wants.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
So your body doesn't naturally produce hormones anymore?
Not at any significant levels.
And why is that?
Because I had my testicles removed.
Okay, so you can still get hormones.
Where do you think testosterone primarily comes from?
I guess from your testes, and then yeah, if you got them removed, like that sucks.
So your solution then is just, oh well, that sucks. Good luck.
Well, no, that's a decision I guess you made. But I mean, if you go to a physician, they're not going to allow you to get chronically ill. They're going to provide you the hormones that you need because of decisions that you made, regardless of what the law is. They're not going to let you,
Nope.
you know, like I said, get chronically ill.
Hormones are banned. They're banned. You don't get them.
Wait, so that's not.
That's not
Jen,
true.
that's
Not
not
all
true
hormones
either.
are going to get banned.
Do you think that doctors are refusing to give patients with ectopic pregnancies abortions because they're illegal? They do let people die because the care is illegal. I don't know where you get this idea.
Wait,
but
what?
Yeah.
I don't know
You're
where you
saying
get this
doctors
idea
are
that-
letting people die because they're.
Weed is illegal.
And where is this happening?
I'm getting
in the United
Where is this
States.
happening? I know a case in Iowa that just happened.
There's a case in Iowa? Who?
I don't remember the name. You can look up ectopic pregnancy death, abortions, because the abortions are illegal.
No, I understand that there's states where abortions are illegal.
Yeah, so in states where abortions are illegal, they will let people with ectopic pregnancies die. They will refuse them care.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see something like that. That doesn't sound correct whatsoever, or it's taking out of context.
Yeah, you can look up you can look up ectopic pregnancy Iowa death.
Well, I'm not gonna look. You're the one making that claim. I'm not gonna look that up right now.
I'm looking it up right now because
I just gave you the closest I can get to an article while I'm.
In the meantime, I'm looking it up.
I'm not in a situation where I can pull it up, but I'm giving you the closest I can get to the article.
Okay, regardless, now it's just getting off a topic. But like, my main question was like, why is your sexuality and your gender so important to you? If you already know, okay, so like honestly, like I feel like the only one that needs to consider you a lesbian is the person that you're being, with, your partner in life, whoever you're being romantic with. As long as they view you as a lesbian, that's all should matter. Why is it so important to you that society views you as a lesbian?
Because I am one. Why is,
okay, so then
what's your sexuality?
What?
What's your sexuality?
Mine? What does that matter? I don't care to be validated about my sexuality. I know mine and I'm happy with mine. See, that's where it comes off. A lot of people think that this is
What's your sexuality?
It does not matter what my sexuality is. It might matter to you dearly. That's why my question is.
For someone who doesn't care how their sexuality is perceived, you sure as hell don't want to tell me.
I just don't understand where are you going with this?
You're the one who's asking this question.
You're not answering my question. Why do you need society to tell you you're a lesbian?
Is identity important to you?
Not really. Not by society.
Your identity is not important to you at all?
The way that society views my identity is no, it's not important to me.
So who you are has no meaning to you?
To myself and the people that are around me, yes, but to a group of society, like strangers on the internet,
and now
absolutely not.
What if nobody around you was validating who you were? All of a sudden, everyone around you just stopped validating who you are.
That would never happen to anybody.
But that's what happens to people. That's what happens to people
You guys were literally just talking about radical. You guys are so radical. That would never happen.
Jen, that is what happens to people who come out.
Yep. I'm invalidated every single day on this app. Every day, Jen. You can unmute. You are muted, Jen. You can unmute.
Hey, Adora. Hey, hot dog.
Hi, Steph. You know what? While Jen's muted, how you doing, Steph?
I'm doing well. I don't like hearing this because I don't think there's a single person on this planet that would say that they don't mind if their entire identity was completely invalidated by hundreds and hundreds, millions of people.
Yep.
That's just false.
She ran. Yeah, it was her privilege speaking. She has the privilege of not caring because she's not losing rights on account of being cisgender. Rawr. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I wanted to mention earlier that the fact what Hot Dog brought up about the abortions, like, that's 100% true. IVF is banned in some states. Like, it's not only affecting the LGBTQ community, it's rights that are being taken away from women as a whole. And as I've said so many times, you have every right as every cisgender woman, like, and we all, group together and we fight for our rights. And it's crazy. It's wild to think that it doesn't matter to some people, or some women claim that it doesn't matter to them. Who cares? Because it's social media. Well, it does, because it's affecting everyone as a whole, every woman as a whole. And it's so unfortunate that some people just aren't educated and are willfully ignorant to even get themselves educated to even like understand or fight for our rights. It's sickening.
Agreed completely, Steph. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming up.
I appreciate you too. Love you much.
Bye, Steph.
Bye.
Okay, I'm trying to find the information on ectopic pregnancy deaths due to ban.
I'm like 99% sure it happened in Iowa. I know for a fact that it's happened. I'm 90% sure that 99% sure that it happened in Iowa.
I see something about an anti-abortion clinic that was sued for failing to treat an ectopic pregnancy. I'd have to look more into that. I have...
someone just saw they only saw Texas.
Sorry?
So someone says it happened in Texas.
Yeah, that's right. I just found something that said it happened in Texas.
So regardless of the place, it still happened. I don't know why I thought it was Iowa. Someone sees Alabama. Damn, I really don't know why I thought it was Iowa.
Okay. All right, next up. Ultra Magnus.
Hi.
Hello, Ultra Magnus. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
How old are you, please?
29.
Fantastic. Do you have an echo? Do you have Bluetooth on?
I'm sorry?
Do you have Bluetooth?
I don't.
You may want to go back on the phone speed and then maybe. Is this still not? Yeah, echoes pretty bad.
Oh, does it?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't. We're not going to do a lot of things. Just level of it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Not your fault. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Someone said search for Idaho. There was a period of time where Idaho's abortion ban did include ectopic pregnancies, but that was amended in July of 2023. Okay, next up. Hello, Stewmeister.
Hello.
How old are you, please?
28.
28?
Yes.
Fantastic. Am I a lesbian?
No, you're a man.
Am I? Why am I a man?
I'll class you as transgender. I wouldn't class you as a lesbian.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said you're trans, not a lesbian.
What gender am I?
A woman.
Okay, so I am a woman.
Well, I'll call you a man with a wig.
I'm not even wearing a wig. Stu, what year were you born?
1995.
Okay, fantastic. Okay. Again, what makes me a man?
I'm looking at you right now. You have the voice.
My voice is what makes me a man.
Oh, yeah. Like I'm a man.
There are
I've got
men with
my
high-pitched
voice.
voices.
What?
Did you know that there are men with high-pitched voices?
Yes.
Are they women?
Could be. They could do it by whoever they want to be.
Oh, so your gender is a want. You choose your gender.
Well, no. You're born your gender.
Oh, you're born it. Okay, so it's not a matter of they could be a woman if they wanted to be. It's they are or they're not. So men who have high-pitched voices, are they men or are they women?
Well, they're men.
Right, they're men with high-pitched voices. Your voice doesn't determine if you're a man or a woman.
No.
Okay. So what makes
but how can you sit there and respectfully say you're a woman?
you can't? Okay, so is it still your stance that I'm a man?
Yes.
Then why am I a man? Back up your claim.
Because you're more like a man than a woman. As simple as that.
The way I look.
Yes, the way you look.
What specifically?
The face. You can identify as a woman all you want, but doesn't mean you're not a man underneath.
Hang on 1 second. If my Discord mods could check messages real quick.
Yeah. So a second ago, you were saying it was her voice, and then you said, "I don't get how you can seriously sit there and say you're a woman, but it's based on her voice."
The voice, the face.
Right. So if we were going based on voices, and never mind, I'm not going to go there.
Oh, okay, Stewmeister, would you mind repeating what you said?
I said the face and the voice. It gives
Right,
says man.
we already established that voice doesn't determine if you're a man or a woman.
No, but
Oh, so you still think that your voice determines if you're a man or a woman?
no, I could dress up as a woman, but I'm still a man underneath. You know what I mean?
We're talking about voice. We're talking about voice, Stewmeister, because you brought it up. Do you believe that your voice determines if you're a man or a woman?
I guess not. No.
Okay, fantastic. So you also mentioned my face. What about my face makes
you
that I have to be a man?
You got male facial persons or features.
What specifically?
Features.
Tell me, what specifically about my face makes so that I have to be a man?
Are we really doing this?
Yes, we are. We're doing this because you went here, Stu. Not me, you.
Well, yeah, because that's the question. Am I lesbian? Prove me wrong. I don't. You're not.
Then you said that I'm a man, and I asked you why.
You're a man.
You mentioned my voice. We've already agreed that voice doesn't determine if you're a man. So now, why am I a man? You mentioned my face.
Let's see your face. Okay.
Yeah, you mentioned my face. So what about my face makes it so that I have to be a man?
No, someone said they want to see my face, but I can't. I can't put my camera on. Why let me? Go on my profile. My face is on there.
I'm not asking you to turn your camera on. Don't worry about chat. Stu, I'm going to move on to the next guest if you don't have an answer for me.
Well, I've answered it, but you just want me to answer I've literally explained to you.
Yeah, I want you to actually back up your claims. You're making claims and not backing them up.
Well, yeah, because how you answer it is silly. the comments are very half and half. So yeah.
Yeah, no shit. I literally just asked you not to read the comments. You're talking with us. Stu, I don't feel there's any opportunity to have a genuine conversation with you, and I got plenty of people in requests. You have a good night. Nate is here. I'm pretty sure. Is that like the Nate? Their username is the real Nate. Capital N, capital A, capital T, lowercase e.
Oh, they are transphobic as ever.
I have an echo like before.
Oh, Jocelyn, I think I remember you.
Yeah. Do I have an echo?
Nope, you're good. I don't remember if we had a conversation or not.
We didn't because there was an echo.
Oh, well, I can hear you perfectly now.
Okay. So I disagree with you because lesbians do not like penises. They like vagina.
I would say that's typical, but there are lesbians that don't have genital preference.
That's called bisexual.
Nope.
Or
not unless they like men. Not unless they like men.
Okay, so lesbians like vagina. They don't like penis. If you like a penis, you're either pansexual or you are bisexual.
Am I a woman, Jocelyn?
Huh?
Am I a woman?
Your gender is, but your sex is not.
What aspect of my sex is not? And regardless, that doesn't answer the question.
Sex? Well,
yeah.
You were basically so I don't know if you went and got surgery done, but your body is not going to feel the same as a natural born woman. Like, no offense, it's just not going to be the same.
I'm also a natural born woman, so you mean cis woman?
Okay, so a natural born woman is somebody who's born with like a uterus,
A uterus. Jocelyn, did you know that?
I get that some women are not born with it, but that is something that some women just weren't born with. But they're still.
Therefore, having a uterus is not a necessary condition of being a woman.
It's not, but like we're still a woman. Like, okay, so like you had to get surgery done, or probably not get surgery done. I don't know, but some women have to go through things like breast cancer, ovarian cancer, uterus cancer. We go through periods, we give birth, we go through so much, and then it's just something that you guys will never experience. And like I said, your body, like your vagina is not going to be the same as a natural born woman. It's not going to get wet like a natural born woman, like the way that
You have no idea what you're talking about.
like it's just not the same. Like everything's plastic. It's plastic.
It's not plastic. It's muscle and tissue.
It's still plastic.
It's not plastic. Do you think that plastic surgery utilizes plastic?
Dude, it's plastic.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do you think that plastic surgery utilizes plastic items?
And yeah, well, what does plastic surgery mean to you?
It means that you had to get something removed, like.
Hold on, wait. Answer the question first.
Okay.
Do you think that plastic surgery means that there is plastic inside of the person?
Not all the time, no.
Actually, none of the time, because plastic doesn't refer to a material. It refers to the Greek word plasti, which means to attach or to make.
And trans women have to do that. Not all, but majority of them do.
Okay, and so sometimes cisgender women need to have their vaginas made.
Cis women get their vaginas made? Can you please scientifically explain that to me?
I said sometimes they have to have them made. Have you ever heard of vaginal agenesis?
No, but can you please elaborate more?
So vaginal agenesis means that a female was born without a vaginal opening.
Okay, but
So they have to have them constructed. Or not. They don't have to have them constructed.
But that's not majority of the woman. That's like
no one asked about majorities. Trans people are rare too.
yeah, but I think trans people, it's more of a mental thing. Like it's mentality. It's like a mindset. It's not, who.
I want to bring this back a few steps before we go into it being a mental illness or wherever you're about to go. We can agree that having a uterus is not a necessary condition for being a woman, right?
I'm sorry, what?
We can agree that having a uterus is not a necessary condition of being a woman?
Not all women have it. Yes, I get that.
That would mean that it's not a necessary condition.
But you guys are trying to invalidate like women by saying that you guys are natural.
What I'm trying to do is find the necessary condition for being a woman.
But
that's what I'm trying to do.
But okay, so growing up, there's a difference between you and I. We don't share the same.
What we're talking about right now. We're trying to figure that out. So, what is the necessary condition for being a woman?
The necessary condition for being a woman?
Yes.
Being born one, like having a uterus, having.
We just agreed that you do not have to have a uterus to be a woman.
But majority of the women are born with it.
Can you tell me what a necessary condition is?
What do you mean by that?
What is a necessary condition?
Something that someone needs to be born with to be that person? That they need that?
Pretty close.
Someone said get some education.
As it relates to this.
I'm an engineering student.
Okay, being an engineering student doesn't mean you're educated on that.
Entire group.
I'm not. I'm sitting here trying to learn and tell you that you're not a natural born woman.
So, in order to validate that claim, I need you to tell me what the necessary condition for being a woman is. It sounds to me like you do understand that a necessary condition is a rule that has to apply to the entire group.
And I just said it.
Yeah, you said a uterus. Hi, Carpuzi. Yeah, a uterus is not a necessary condition for being a woman.
And why is that?
Because not all women have uteruses.
Them do.
Sorry? You're muted, I can't hear you.
But majority of them.
Right, we're not looking for something that applies to the majority. We're looking for a necessary condition. Necessary conditions apply to the entire group, without exception. You've muted yourself.
Yeah, but how are you a lesbian? Like,
so you're running away from the question rather than engaging.
No, I'm not running away. It just
if you don't know
doesn't
what the
make
necessary condition is, it's okay to say you don't know.
Then what is it? You tell me, what is it?
It's the innate sense of self. All women share the same innate sense of self.
Which is what?
That of a woman.
Not of a woman.
That of a woman. Our innate sense of self tells us that we are a woman.
But for you, it's more of a mentality. For us, it's more than mentality. It's mentality and everything else that's physical that you can't relate.
And what can I not relate to physically? I don't know why you keep getting muted. It's not me, and I don't think it's my mods. I normally get a notification if it's my mods.
It's because, like I said, women experience periods. They give birth.
Periods?
Like that kind of stuff. Like women get breast cancer, ovarian cancer. That's something that you guys will never experience, though.
There's no way that you think that womanhood is defined by periods, giving birth, and breast cancer.
It is, though. It is. It definitely is. I am a natural born woman, and you can't take that away from me.
So wait, are you saying
it is part of womanhood? Part of being
Jocelyn,
a woman is
are you
having
saying
a
right
period,
now?
giving birth?
Jocelyn, are
Going
you
through
saying
all
right
of
now that a woman is only her parts? Are you saying right now that a woman is only her parts?
That and then
is defined by her parts?
That and then some. That and then some.
I'm glad you admitted to it. That's not what a woman is defined by. I don't know how the hell that you think that a woman is defined by her
born
parts.
woman, and I'm saying that that's what
I'm
it is.
not taking
That's your identity.
that away from you. You are a woman, Jocelyn. I'm not taking that away from you. You're trying to take womanhood away from me.
I'm not trying to take it away from you. I'm trying to tell you
That I'm not a woman.
from a natural born woman's perspective.
You're a cis woman. We're both natural born women. So natural born woman doesn't really mean anything relevant to the conversation.
You are a woman by gender, not by sex. There is a difference.
Woman is a gender, not a sex.
It is.
So yes, I'm a woman by gender. Correct. So are you.
There's a difference between sex and gender. You identify as a woman.
Correct. There's a difference between sex and gender. Can you tell me what it is?
You were born a male who transitioned
That's not what I asked. That's not the
a
question.
woman. That's why you're a trans woman.
I asked you if you could tell me what the difference between sex and gender is.
A sex is what you were born with, like your assignment, and your gender is what you identify with.
Close on gender, you're completely wrong on sex.
So go ahead.
Biological sex relates to a person's reproductive functions, such as genitalia, such as chromosomes, neurological sex, hormonal sex, gametes.
But a lesbian is not going to go for a trans man. They don't like penises. They like.
You're right. You're right. Lesbians don't go for trans men, but some of them go for trans women.
Yep.
That's pansexual.
No, it's not. And any lesbian who dates a transgender woman would tell you that.
That's a transgendered. I know many lesbians and they will not go for a.
Do you know all of the lesbians?
I don't know all of them, but I know a lot
Okay.
who will not go for trans women.
And do you know zero who do? Because all of the lesbians that I know see that trans women who like women are lesbians. So we just hang out in different friend groups, I guess. You like bigots and I like people who are inclusive of people, even if they're not attracted to them.
See, there's someone that says, I'm a lesbian and I will never go near a trans woman.
That's
Good
great
job.
for
You
her.
found a transphobe. Congratulations. They're so
Nobody's transphobic here. We're not transphobic.
I'll bet
It doesn't
anything.
make someone
Jody Woody wants to be
transphobic.
transphobic.
Okay, so just because a lesbian doesn't want to date a trans woman, that makes them transphobic?
If that's the reason that they don't want to date us? Yep.
That doesn't make them transphobic. They have a preference. They want the real thing.
Yeah, trans women are the real thing, and therefore, what you are saying, the criteria you're setting, would be transphobic.
They would want a real woman with real body parts, not.
So now you're bringing up a different thing.
I'm not.
But rather than pivoting off and trying to make all these other weird points, let's get back to trying to figure out what a woman is.
A woman is somebody who was born a woman at birth.
Yeah, that's circular.
That's true. That it is what it is. Like, that's true.
Circular.
How is it circular?
You defined woman using the word woman.
Yeah, but so tell me, so then explain yourself. Go ahead.
Explain? Wait, what?
You're saying that I'm wrong for saying that, you know, I'm a natural born woman and that you're not a lesbian because lesbians like real woman, like natural born woman. That's what they prefer. Like, if a lesbian is gonna go for a trans woman, that makes them a pansexual. Because a pansexual is someone who dates trans woman or male or whatever.
You have no idea what a pansexual person is.
Then explain.
What a pansexual person is?
Go ahead.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Sure, the short version would be they're typically attracted to hearts, not parts.
Hearts, not parts. Exactly. So a lesbian who is going for a trans man or a woman is attracted to the heart.
a lesbian is attracted to vagina.
So lesbians are attracted to men?
Okay, so if there is a lesbian that wants...
Are you saying that lesbians are attracted to men?
No, I don't think lesbians are not
There
attracted
are men
to
with vaginas.
But okay, so a trans woman is different because they have...
Jocelyn, you didn't hear what I just said. There are men with vaginas.
Men with vaginas.
Yes.
That were born like that.
Transgender men.
They weren't born like that, though.
Transgender men are typically born with vaginas.
How are they born with vaginas? How? Scientifically, tell me how. But I was born, I came out of my mom's vagina.
Yeah,
with a
and
vagina.
transgender men typically come out of their parents, out of their mom, with a vagina. Typically. Can you tell me what a transgender man is?
A transgendered man?
Transgender man, not transgendered.
Okay. It's a woman who transferred into a man.
No, nope. What do you think transgender means?
Someone who changed their gender?
No, not at all.
Hi, not Brett, baby. Long time no see.
No, it's not at all what transgender means. It means that your gender doesn't align with your sex.
Your gender doesn't align with your sex. Okay. And that's all a mental like thing.
No, it can be proven through or substantiated through neurology.
Yeah.
Yeah, neurology. Do you know what neurology is?
Yes. I'm in engineering. Of course I know what neurology is.
Just because you're an engineer, it doesn't make you smart. Please stop pretending that it does. I'm not saying that you're not.
So I'm not smart because I'm in engineering.
I just said that you don't know everything just because you're an engineer.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay, so stop stop.
I'm not pretending to know everything. You said that, not me. You did.
Whatever.
Yeah.
maybe ask some questions about the fields that you're not an expert in, or that you have no experience whatsoever in.
I have an experience in being a natural born woman.
You don't have an experience in being trans.
Jocelyn,
I don't, but that's why you're a trans and I'm a woman. We're
Jocelyn,
different. I can't relate to you.
Keep saying the same thing over and over. Natural born woman, as it relates to this topic, holds no meaning because I am also claiming to be a natural born woman, and that's where we disagree. So rather than saying that over and over and over, let's try to figure out where the disconnect is. Saying that over and over and over isn't going to actually make your point for you.
The disconnect is the fact that you are sitting there saying, I am a lesbian, prove me wrong, but you are a transgendered woman.
So transgender doesn't have an ED at the end.
Okay,
remember when I
transgender, sorry. You're a transgender woman.
So what's my gender?
So okay. So if you're a natural born woman, then why are you up here saying I am a lesbian, prove me wrong? Why are you saying things like hosting lives where you're saying I am a trans, I'm a woman,
Jocelyn.
prove me wrong? Why?
Because of people like you who constantly invalidate people like me. Because of people like you, I'm losing rights. My community is losing rights. Because of people like you, my community faces high rates of bullying, high rates of harassment, high rates of violence.
I don't bully trans people, actually.
You enable it through your ideology.
But I just don't agree. I don't think that they should be in our bathrooms. I don't think that they should be in our
So as soon as it starts,
I just don't think that.
So as soon as you getting called out for things, you start throwing out every single transphobic punch you can get out. Come on.
So do you think that a trans woman should participate in sports? And
after meeting the qualifications, yes.
Yeah, Jocelyn, we're not going there because we still have the same problem. Your view of whether or not we should participate in sports is related to the fact that you don't see us as women in the first place. So that's what we have to talk about. I'm trying to bring you back to that, and you refuse to because you don't have a point to make. I've asked you what the necessary condition is over and over and over. Every necessary condition you've given me, I've easily been able to discredit. Because you don't have anything.
I did. I actually proved you wrong. I said you're not a
Well,
natural.
you said uteruses, and you said the childbirth, and you said breast cancer.
Yeah, that's
By the
things
way,
that
I have natural breasts. I have had implants added, but underneath my implants, actually above them, I do have natural breast tissue, putting me at the same, approximately the same odds of breast cancer as you.
yeah, males can get breast cancer, but it's very rare. It's
I have
very,
the
very
same breast
rare.
tissue that a typical cisgender woman has.
Yeah, but you're more than likely not going to get breast cancer
I have the
because
same odds of breast cancer as a typical woman.
because you do realize that males can get it too.
At a lower rate, but because of the hormones I'm on, I have the same odds of getting breast cancer as you.
But what about ovarian cancer? Do you have the same as me?
Not all women have ovaries, and not all women have a risk of
Oh,
getting
but majority
ovarian
of
cancer.
them do. But
You can't base your definitions on majorities.
I am basing my definition.
Well, that's ignorant as fuck.
Majority. How is that
That's
ignorant?
as
You're
fuck.
being ignorant, hot
To
dog.
base your definitions on majorities.
Because there is a majority of us natural born women that go through that. So yeah, I'm totally valid. You're invalid. There's a small group of women that don't have that stuff. It's a small group versus a majority, hot dog. And I'm in statistics, I am in math and science.
I don't give
So
a fuck if you're in math and science.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you can define things
Yeah.
based on majorities, because that's not how math and science work either.
majority
And you
of
would
the
know that if
women
you were good
go
at your
through that.
field.
But majority of the women have that. Majority of the women have ovaries.
No one gives a fuck about majorities except racists, homophobes, transphobes, and bigots altogether. Nobody gives a fuck about majority.
Well, the world does. Just you. That's your opinion.
Well, yeah, because a lot of the world is fucked up and bigoted, like you.
Like
me. Nobody except bigots gives a fuck about majority.
A lot of people care about majority. That's your opinion.
Yeah, defining things based
how you
on.
determine what's right, what isn't by majority. Jocelyn, thank you so much for the sub.
But there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us. You have to realize there is a lot
you
of
base
us.
your facts on majority.
Yes, because majority is always going to beat the lesser than.
Majority is always going to beat the lesser. Just describe. Explain to me what you mean by that.
You are reminding me a lot of the early 1700s.
It means that majority of the women have uteruses, have vaginas, can give birth. It's a very small percentage of women that do not have that. And it doesn't make them less of a woman, but they were still born a natural.
You are reminding me a lot of the 1700s. You sound exactly like people from the 1700s.
I don't sound like people from the 1700s, honey. I don't. And the fact that you guys are claiming to be women and you guys are invalidating.
Is Hot Dog claiming to be a woman?
My feelings as a woman.
Assumption and make yourself look silly.
What?
Or did you just make another assumption and make yourself look silly?
Well, hot dog.
So this one is.
Hi, boss lady. How you doing?
I'd really like. Oh my god.
Maybe you can help us out here.
So sorry, I got a phone call. Jocelyn, so when I was saying you sounded, you're reminding me a lot of the 1700s. Did you pick up on that at all? How you sound like you're coming from the 1700s?
How do I sound like I'm in the 1700s? Go ahead.
There's a lot of us. We should define things based on majority. Guess what else was defined by majority? Personhood.
Yeah.
Personhood was defined by majority, and we don't do that. Nothing else in this world is based on majority. Except like voting for something, and then every person is included in it. But like, this isn't a vote, right? These are just definitions that exist. And Adora just so happens to fit into the definition of lesbian because it is people who are not men attracted to people who are not men.
If I was a lesbian, I would not date.
You're not even a lesbian, and you're saying you're fighting this hard?
You don't know what I am.
You just said implies that you're not.
But you don't know. But anyways, like I was saying, I personally would not do a trans woman because, I mean, I want the real thing. I want a real thing. I want the real thing.
And that's your choice. It's your choice to be bigoted. It's your choice to not see a vagina as being a vagina.
I want to see if Boss Lady can maybe be a different voice in this. Maybe.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you because you keep saying you're natural born women and all this nonsense, which I don't think, again, you're tracking the logic that so is Adora. What we are called is cis women, okay, which is born female and identify as a woman, okay, so that's what you're quoting as natural born women. And when you said you're going to go by the majority, so you're claiming, so let's say the most women that have ovaries that you mentioned earlier that could have ovarian cancer. So all the women that don't have ovaries or born like that, are they not women to you since you only go by majorities?
They are women. Because they were born a natural woman. That's what I'm trying
But just a second ago, you said that you go by majorities, and they don't fit in that majority, just like trans women don't.
They do.
So why is it okay then?
Because being a trans, listen, the name is in it, trans woman, right?
What do you think
just
trans means?
Just like cis women.
Women like me don't have to use trans woman. We are just women.
We're called cis women.
No, we're women.
We're called cis women.
No, we're women. I don't like to be called cis woman because I'm a woman.
Of course you don't.
Cis woman, cis woman, cis woman, cis woman, cis woman.
Trans.
Oh my god.
Yes.
She was awful.
Trans. Yes. Trans woman.
I've talked to so many toxic people today.
Wait,
oh god.
The funny part is she tried to offend us going out by like saying trans woman, trans woman, trans woman, when yes. And trans person, yes. It's not offensive.
Okay.
Well, you guys tried. That was wild.
I had to walk out of. I just realized I was shouting in Ulta. Fucking hell.
Okay, guys, that is the end of the live. We're going to do a raid in just a second. Please remember that I am trying to raise money for a family in Palestine that is trapped in Gaza. So if you could check out my link tree, that'll bring you to the GoFundMe. If you can reasonably send some money to them, please consider doing so. If not, you can also watch my most recent videos and like, share, comments, favorite those videos. That'll be a huge help as well. Let's see, who are we going to raid? Let's raid Tommy. Yeah. My_dude, guys. We're going to raid my_dude.
I need a VC to cool off. That's fucking enraging.
Everyone head on over to my_dude, write Adora raid in chat. Don't spam it. We don't want to be annoying. But my_dude, and head on over to my_dude, write Adora raid in chat. Tommy talks about political matters. He's incredibly intelligent, a fantastic debater. So go watch him. See y'all later.